This is the flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. 1010XL, home sweet home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You have heard about the 1010XL YouTube channel. Now check out our team-specific channels, 1010XL Jaguars, 1010XL Gators, and 1010XL Seminoles.
Now, the window world of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter on 1010XL from Island Grill Cigar Bar on Gate Parkway. Presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings. Here are your hosts, Ryan the Hacker Green, Leon Searcy, and Coach Campo.
On the last play of the game, McManus kicks it up. The chip shot field goal is good, and the Packers have defeated the Jaguars 30-27 at Everbank Stadium.
Frank Frangie on the call, Jaguars Radio, and with that, a very good Sunday evening to you, Jacksonville. It is the window world of Northeast Florida. Fifth quarter, we are presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings, live from Island Girls Cigar Bar over on Gate Parkway. This is Leon Searcy in my home away from home. We have broken bread many times over here. As I was thinking walking in, just thinking about another Jaguar loss, which we'll get to in a moment. I bet you I've been coming to this place for 15 years, Leon. Long time.
That long, huh?
Yeah, 2009, 2010. This place has been here a long time. We love it. Come on out and join us and commiserate, as I have reached the point of acceptance on the Jaguar 2024 season. There is no longer anger. There is no longer depression. There is just simply acceptance that they're just not very good. They've lost 4 games now in the last 30 seconds. They lose again at home to a good team. They have not beaten a good team at home, quite frankly, since the playoff loss or playoff win to the Chargers. And the reality of the situation is that good teams find ways to win and bad teams find ways to lose. And when Malik Willis comes in off the bench for an injured Jordan Love and leads the Green Bay Packers to victory in a must-win game for you on your home field, there is no more doubt about it. You are a bad football team. The Jaguars are 2-6. That's the reality. And it almost feels, Leon, like this was the last gasp, like the death rattle, right? You win this game 3-5, all right, but now you lose it. All the injuries that happen as well. Boy, it's season feels like it's over, and there's 9 games left.
Well, essentially it is, Hat. I mean, before we get to the game-winning field goal, by the way, a guy that we cut last year comes in our backyard and kicks the game-winning field goal. Let's talk about the fact that we went a quarter and a half and couldn't get a first down. We were 1 of 9 as far as third downs go. We couldn't stop the run. We couldn't get any pressure on the quarterback, Jordan Love or Malik Willis, by the way. We gave up big plays. We had penalties. We gave up third downs, running, passing, red zone. All those things factor into the fact that before we even get to the fact that Malik Willis came in the game and led the team into a game-winning field goal, all those things factor in the fact that this team, like you said, bad teams find a way to lose, and this Jaguar team is essentially a bad team.
I feel bad for the fans. I mean, Kansas City last year, San Francisco last year, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Houston, now Green Bay and Cleveland this year. Fans deserve a lot better. The home product has been awful. The Jaguars just don't win at home. We welcome in the head coach, Dave Campo. Coach, biggest question I have for you, it's 27-27, all the momentum on the Jaguars side. How on this planet does Jaden Reed get wide open in the Jaguars secondary, the play that essentially won the game for Green Bay?
Well, that was a delayed crossing route. It looked like he was going to block, and then he came underneath all the linebackers across from the other side. They cleared out the corner, and it was up to one of the linebackers to be able to see it, and Aluakin just took his eyes off the play. You know, there was a fake toss or whatever. There was a little bit of a roll. We used that play a lot when I was in Dallas. We used it with the tight end. We'd make a play fake and half roll to the right, and the guy would sneak out and come across from the other side. And it was just, I mean, he was wide open because they just didn't see him. He came up underneath everybody. So it's a shame. That play and the 30, it was a 38-yard run for a touchdown. Those 2 plays and the fumble sunk us. It's just as simple as that.
It's 17-13. Brian Thomas Jr. with the touchdown catch. Jaguars came back, have the lead. Malik Willis is in the game. Jordan Love is not in. How does Josh Jacobs in that Green Bay running game just run through our defense like a hot knife through butter That entire drive, they went 75-plus yards. I think they threw the ball downfield for like 10 of those 75. The other 65 on the ground. Leon, seriously, talk to me. How does that happen?
Well, the offensive line understood the situation. All right, Matt LaFleur knew that he had to bring in Malik Willis into the game. So offensive line said, okay, well, how do you take pressure off a second-string quarterback that comes in the game, fresh? What do? The offensive line takes control of the ball game. And that's what they did. They ran the ball essentially, and Josh Jacobs took over the ball game and scored that touchdown. That's the offensive line realizing the situation, understanding it, and saying to him that we're not going to – the Jaguars wanted to put it in Malik Willis's hand to win the game. The offensive line for Green Bay said, no, we're going to put it in our hands. We're going to dominate the line of scrimmage where he doesn't have to make any real effective throws, and we're going to run the ball, and we're going to score, and we'll shove down their throat. That's exactly what they did. It's not rocket science. This game is not that hard. That's how you take over ball games.
I got a public plea to make to Press Taylor and primarily to Doug Peterson. When you're putting the game plan in for Philadelphia this week, right, you're thinking about what you're going to do in the first 10 to 15 plays. Whatever you write down, whatever you think is going to work, crumble it up or take it to the bathroom with you and flush it and do the exact opposite. And you won't be as bad as you are with your plan thing. They are the worst team maybe that I've ever seen for the Jaguars, but certainly the worst in the NFL. The beginning of the game, and I don't know what you do in the halftime locker room. You guys tell me, the Pro Bowler and the head coach. I don't know if that's just used to go to the John and that's all you do. But the Jaguars defer to get the ball first in the second half. And, we're going to get a 2-for-1. We're going to get a field goal. We get the ball first. I'm excited about it. Every time they get the ball first in the second half, every time, it looks like junior varsity football out there. What are they doing in the halftime locker room? It's mind-boggling, man. Mind-boggling.
They're supposed to be making adjustments.
They're adjusting something. It ain't the game plan.
Maybe the toilet's jiggling. I don't know.
I don't know
what's going on, bro.
Yeah. Coach, talk to me. What do you do in the halftime locker room? That's every time they get the ball first in the second half, they do nothing with it.
Well, obviously, they're not doing much in that scenario. Really, the halftime is really just, they've made notes all the way through the game. You see them with a pen in their hand. They're putting down, certain things the guys have done on certain plays. What plays have worked, what plays haven't. They have a real good picture at that point of what the team is doing defensively. And, when you watch a lot of teams, they come out and it's almost like starting the game over again with the script. They have a pretty good idea what they're going to do, and obviously we're not very good at that.
No, that's the understatement of the year. We're not very good at that. There was a point today, watching the Red Zone channel, every team had scored a point except Jacksonville, but that wasn't good enough for the Jaguars. Not that every other team had scored and the Jaguars hadn't. No. Every other team had scored, and the Jaguars hadn't gotten a first down yet. Think about that for a moment. This is professional football. This is a $275 million quarterback. These are first-round picks. These are millions and millions and millions of dollars on Christian Kirk and Gabe Davis and Evan Ingram and all these guys and the coaching staff and everything they're making. Millions of dollars. And every other team in the league had put points on the scoreboard, and the Jaguars hadn't garnered a first down yet.
I hate to say this, but it's almost like with this team, just go no-huddle. Don't let the quarterback call the plays, because I'll tell you, the way we start out ball games is worse than what you're talking about coming out after the half. We have a tough time getting going. And to go three and outs and an interception in the first 4 drives, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, usually you got a pretty good script going and you hit certain plays. And, I watched some of the other teams. I watched Green Bay today. They come out first down. They throw a 12-yard pass, first down. I'm thinking to myself, why can't we do that? Why don't we just run a guy down there 12 yards, throw him the ball, get a first down, keep moving? It just doesn't – we're just not a very good football team. And the only positive I got out of this game is that we've shown 2 weeks in a row that we can handle adversity a little bit and come back, because we've started out really poor in both of these last 2 ball games.
The injuries are horrific, and we'll get to those in a moment. But, Leon, that final drive that ultimately tied the game before the defense decided not to cover Jaden Reed. Jaguars were cooking, man. We're doing well. Like Coach said, why can't you just do that?
Yeah, go no-huddle, go 2-minute drill, and let's see what happens.
I thought Bucky Brooks, your former teammate, made a great point because you're kind of panic mode, right? You're just kind of playing football freely. You're not really thinking. Well, maybe that's what they needed to do to start the game. Just envision that you're down 10-0 because starting the game, brother, is awful. But what they did in the fourth quarter, Leon, was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, this team, I don't know what's going on with them at the start of the game. It's like they're going through the motion. You almost think, Coach or Hacker, that you need to start no-huddle when you start the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just don't go
2-minute.
Go 2 minute when you start the game. You're going fast because that last quarter when they went down there and scored, there was no huddle. There was on the line of scrimmage, calling plays, breaking down who's coming this, who's got hits, we're making the throws. I mean, the accuracy of Trevor. I mean, he made some great throws down the stretch to tie the game up. So, I mean, essentially, you gotta see what's good and what's bad and go with what's good. Yeah. Unfortunately, this coaching staff doesn't think that way. It's really not that hard. If you put Trevor in a situation where he's in a 2-minute, not a hurry up, but just a 2-minute drill where he's executing his plays and calling them out and that kind of stuff, we seem to be rejuvenated by that kind of stuff compared to what we do in the start of the game when we're huddling up.
I mean, it's Groundhog Day. I can assure you we're going to be sitting here after Philadelphia, and they're going to have 2 or 3 straight 3-and-outs to open the game. It never changes. It never changes. And at some point, the blame's got to go somewhere, and the blame to me is going to go to Doug Peterson and Press Taylor. I mean, because I'm sick of – I mean, it's quite frankly just disgusting to watch how awful the offense is to start games every single week.
Yeah. Well, the defense is just as bad, bro.
No, the defense is bad, too. Now, today they got off the field a couple of first downs, but they were all right. I mean, it was scoreless in the first quarter, but the Green Bay Packers had the ball for 11 and a half minutes.
They did.
Because the Jaguars couldn't get one first down. At some point, the defense is going to tire out. And Jarian Jones makes a heck of a play. Yeah. A big change of momentum. And what do we do? Run it into the line for 1 yard, get a false start, and then Trevor throws a horrific pick to Xavier McKinney. It's just like, good grief, guys. It's the same thing, and it never changes. And look, the bottom line is, the injuries are bad. Evan Ingram made a great play. Brenton Strange. There were some positives, right? It's not going to be all doom and gloom. It's going to be about 98% doom and gloom. But I thought Brenton Strange, Parker Washington, Ventrell again was phenomenal. There were some good things. But again, Coach, you got to learn how to win games late in ball games. And you think about last year. You think about Baltimore last year. You think about Houston at home last year. You think about Cincinnati last year. You think about Tennessee on the road last year. Now this year, Miami and Cleveland and Houston and Green Bay, they don't win close games.
Well, first of all, winning is a habit, but so is losing.
Yeah.
And it's like Leon said earlier. Leon made the statement that
we got the Raider Nation here.
Yeah, the Raider Nation is fired up.
Wow.
I'm glad somebody's happy around here.
Exactly.
Like Leon said earlier, when you find ways to lose when you're not a very good football team. And it's about time we all just say what it is. This football team is not very good.
No, they're not very good.
And that's a shame, really. I mean, with all the expectations and everything, we're not really finishing it,
And Leon, the offensive line had some injuries. I thought reasonably played well. I mean, look, they got beat a few times. Trevor, you can't fumble the ball like that at the 5-yard line, man. You just can't. I get getting beat, and I get that's his first fumble of the year, and you can give the guy all the excuses in the book. That is a game-changing play. That absolutely cannot happen.
Yeah, he's got to take care of the ball. I mean, because he's got history of losing the football. So when he's out there in the ball, and I know he's trying to make an athletic move. He's trying to move to his left, trying to escape a defensive end that's coming to his right, and he's trying to go. But that defensive end, he's taught that when he tackles a guy to wrap his arms around and punch with the left hand, and that's exactly what he did. So Trevor's got to do a better job at that. I think the offensive line, for the most part, did a decent job. Cooper Hodges came in there. He initially got Sheriff hurt on that one particular play.
He missed the block.
He missed the block.
He
dove into the guy's knee.
What are you doing?
I said, I know you want to start, but that's not how you do it. All right, you don't hit your own teammate by doing that kind of stuff. But when he came in the game, I think he was decent. He was solid. But Still not good enough. It's still not good enough. Solid is not good enough. You've got to do more than what's expected of you, especially against teams like Green Bay, because you got Eagles coming, you got Vikings coming, you got Detroit coming, you got playoff teams coming. So whatever you think is good is not good enough.
Well, we're dangerously close to losing games. Is going to start being a good thing. I'm not looking at mock drafts yet. I'm not doing that yet, but I'm getting dangerously close.
You're teetering.
Next week, after you go to Philadelphia and you lose by 20 or whatever it's going to be, then you probably start looking at mock drafts. I'll tell you what, we started a little late. Phone lines are absolutely loaded. We'll get to you. But first and foremost, RJ, every week here on the fifth quarter, we do give you an offensive player of the game. That offensive player of the game is brought to you by our friends at Universal Roof and Contracting. And let's do it right now. The Universal Roof and Contracting offensive player of the game.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
There were a few options. The offense did a lot in the second half. The defense didn't have a chance to blow the game if the offense didn't really score a lot of points in the second half. So we'll give it, even though the fumble was devastating. Trevor Lawrence, I thought, played terrific football for the most part in the last quarter and a half. He finished 21 of 32, 308 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. He played well enough to win. The fumble is awful, but even despite that, Coach, he played well enough to win. But ultimately it wasn't enough as Malik Willis drives Green Bay Packers down there and gets the victory.
Yeah, I think Trevor, Trevor's played well in the last 3 ball games or so. And really, to be honest with you, we just don't have a good enough roster right now to finish games off. We're close. This is probably one of the better games we've played when you really look at it all the way through the course of the game, coming from behind, getting a lead. It's just for some reason we are snake bit. And we can't win at the end, and the great teams know how to finish. And you look at Houston today. I mean, they find a way to finish the game and win. That's why they're whatever they are, 6-1 or whatever.
6-2, yeah.
6-2.
Way better than us.
Yeah,
that's what they are. They're way better than us. Yeah. Leon quickly, Ezra Cleveland, Christian Kirk, Ronald Darby, Andre Sisco, Brian Thomas, Gabe Davis. It's a mass unit. I mean, it's the Christian Kirk one looked bad. He was ruled out immediately. You were down your top 3 receivers. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that. A team lose their top 3 receivers in one game. Is there any rhyme or reason to that so many guys went down today?
I don't know, but I'm going to tell you this, though. You're going to find out who wants to play for you down the stretch. When you're losing like this and you're 2-6, you're going to see how – you remember how we used to call it milking, all right? It's the difference between being injured and hurt. So when you're 2-6, you're going to see what kind of character you have on this team now that you're losing a lot of ball games. Because a lot of those injuries that may take 1 or 2 weeks may take 3 to 4 weeks now. Because guys trying to save themselves. So those are the kind of guys you don't want on your team. You want the kind of guys that on your team that get injured, get well, and want to come back out there and play some football.
Steve, Kyle, Junior, Jonathan, all you guys hang in there. You'll be up on the other side. We'll open up the phone lines at 641-1010. It is the Window World of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter. We are presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings, and we're live. Island Girls Cigar Bar, Gate Parkway. Come on out and join us. Leon and I are going to hang out. We're going to have a smoke. And, Leon, I know the big Circes and the little Circes are in stock here at Island Girl on Gate Parkway.
Absolutely. Come on through. Buy your box. I'll sign the box for you. Take a picture.
And, look, I got the big Circe right here, man.
Got the little Circe right
here,
baby.
You go. This is going to happen for Dallas, San Francisco after the game. We'd love you to come by, break bread, hang out with us. And we'll commiserate the Jaguars at 2-6, another home loss, 30-27 to the Green Bay Packers. We'll come back, give you a defensive player of the game, and take your phone calls as the fifth quarter rolls on. Live from Island Girl on Gate Parkway, it's 1010XL and it's 92.5 FM.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the Michelob Ultra PBR Jacksonville at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, February 22nd and 23rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
Imagine a place where the sun is always shining, the drinks are ice cold, and the food is bursting with flavor. Welcome to Hurricane Grill and Wings, where locals and visitors alike gather to weather this storm we call life. And you can escape here anytime you like. Today's forecast, hot, crispy wings with a 100% chance of frothy beers. Later, we're predicting big burgers and seafood tacos moving in. Escape the ordinary. HurricaneWings.com.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Hi, I'm Chuck Farah. We know how important it is for you to have a vehicle after you've been injured in a car accident. So when we represent you for your personal injury claim, we'll help you get a rental car from the insurance company while your car is being repaired. And we'll provide this service at no additional fee. If you're hurt and you've got no car, let my team go to work for you. Farah & Farah, protecting you and your family. Call us at 396-5555 or go to farahandfarah.com. Jacksonville.
Is your AC ready for the holidays? Bold City Heating and Air ensures your AC stays in tip-top shape. We know that a clean AC is a healthy AC. Upgrade yours for just $96 a month and enjoy free duct cleanings with your new system. Plus, ask about our 0% financing options.
Bold City AC, we got the crew. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
It's not just about relaxing. Fishing can be exciting.
That's a big fish in the box right there.
Captain Kevin and the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Veterans Wholesale Cabinets.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010 a.m.
Introducing Gatorade Water. Alkaline and electrolyte infused for great taste. Gatorade Water, always in motion.
Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. For the athletes who give everything, nothing beats Gatorade, the studied, tested, and proven fuel of the world's greatest athletes. Gatorade Water, proudly supporting high school sports on the First Coast.
After a storm passes, the assessment of the aftermath begins. Sometimes damage to the roof is obvious, like leaks or missing shingles, broken or damaged gutters, or tree debris. But storm damage is not always as clearly present. Universal Roof and Contracting is here to help and will come assess your roof for any hidden damage. Call Universal Roof to schedule your free roof inspection at 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville, the window world of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter.
From Island Girls Cigar Bar on Gate Parkway.
Presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings on 1010XL.
Just gets it off, drops the throw. Fires left side, that ball is picked off, I believe, by Jarian Jones. Yes, it was. What a play by the rookie. He picked it off and stepped out of bounds at the 6-yard line of Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie on the call, Jaguars Radio. That was a terrific play by Jarian Jones. Stopped the momentum at least for a little bit. Of course, inevitably, until Trevor threw it right back to Green Bay 3 plays later. But nevertheless, it was a great play. And as a result of that, every week here on the fifth quarter, we do give you a defensive player of the game. That defensive player of the game is brought to you by our friends at Superior Fence and Rail. RJ, let's do it now. The Superior Fence and Rail defensive player of the game.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
We will give it to Jarian Jones, Coach. A terrific play by the rookie out of Florida State.
Yeah, that was a real nice play. I mean, he broke on a route really well. He came up underneath the guy, and we always tell guys, if you're going to cut underneath somebody, you better get two hands on the ball, and he got two hands on the ball.
Leon, your thoughts on Jarian Jones, Ventrell Miller? I mean, a lot of young guys played really well. Tank Bigsby, Brenton Strange. Like we said, the loss sucks, and I mean, that's an understatement. But there were some good things from some of the younger players.
Yeah, Jarian, that was a hell of an interception when the coach said he broke on that. I mean, you got to give the Seminoles something this week after we took everything away from them.
Yeah.
No, I had to sneak that in. Of course I had to sneak that in.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, of course you did. No, but we got a lot of young talent. Ventrell Miller's had another hell of a game. Jarian Jones got another. I mean, we got some good young talent, man. You just got to be able to mesh it all in. Yeah.
Here's what I look at this team. One of the reasons I said I thought they could beat Green Bay this week, and I was right, because we had a chance to beat Green Bay.
Yeah.
The problem is we've got good enough players, just pure talent players, to play everybody in the league. I've said that over and over again. We just make bad plays at bad times.
Over and over and over
again.
And over. And it never stops.
Even the one that Trevor ran into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah.
They were first, whatever, on the 1 yard line. We get a legal shift or offsides, and it goes back to the 6.
They have two.
That's us.
They have 2 wins. New England's awful, but the Indianapolis game, they tried to lose that one.
Oh, I know it. They gave up
34-20.
huge plays.
They tried to lose that. It never stops.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's not talent, play in and play out. It's just that they're in bad times. They make bad plays at bad times.
You would think at some point maybe they'd be coached to not do that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that's
do that or not.
Maybe that's asking too much. 641-1010 is the phone number. Let's get to some of these phone calls. They are loaded. Keep it clean. That's all we ask. We're a G-rated program, a family program. If you want the R-rated stuff, come talk to me and Leon after the show tonight here at Island Girl Cigar Bar on Gay Parkway. We'll really get in depth at about 8:05 out here at Island Girl. No question about that.
Yeah, 2 bourbons and a couple of cigars. That'll be the end of the night.
Some brown water and a big Saracen. We'll be talking to you all sorts of stuff. All right, let's go to Riverside. Let's get Kyle in here on the 5th quarter on 1010XL. Kyle, go ahead.
What's up, guys? So I'll just ignore all the pre-snap penalties, all the constant breakdowns defensively. I just want to talk about the corpse of Josh Allen, who now goes by the name of Josh Hines Allen. I don't know if that extra Hines on the nameplate weighs about 75 pounds, but he has absolutely robbed this franchise. He has not won a pass rush move this entire season. I'm just so tired of hearing people talk about him as like a plus player when he's not even playing football out there. He's really just out there exercising. And whatever that meal plan is you're on, Hacker, I'd like you to send it to Andre Sisco, because he looks like he's running about a 5.3 40 out there for the past about 6 weeks. I think he ate a little too much in London. But
Kyle, appreciate the phone call, man. All right, so we had talked about Joshua Hines Allen. He actually was credited with half a sack today. Yeah. So now he has 3 sacks in 8 games. Let me ask you guys this. Leon, we'll begin with you. I get Coach's thoughts as well. They don't have anything besides Hines Allen and Walker. They really don't.
Nope.
Is that the reason why Hines Allen is struggling? Because Walker looks like he's at least putting some pressure on. He's got 6.5 sacks in 8 games, but they don't have a lot of help, and guys can double team Allen because they don't have anybody else, right?
Bro, who did he have last year when he had 17.5?
Well, it was a contract year then.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there was some motivation, right? He didn't have the same guys. He didn't have.
They had Caleb Chase on
that
last
part.
year.
Exactly. I mean, listen, whether it's fair or unfair, the perception is once you get the bag and you don't showcase your talent like you did the year before, the perception by the media and the fan base is that you're a fat cat. You got paid, you're sitting pretty, and now you don't have to do anything. And the only way you can erase that perception of the media and the fan base is by playing football. That's why you're out there. Go out there and play some ball. And he hasn't been playing ball. He's been lackluster at best. He's been average at best. When this guy last year was one of the top 5 or top 3 rushers in the NFL. Where is that guy at?
Coach, what about Joshua Hines Allen?
Well, I agree. I mean, I just haven't seen really much of anything from him. Even on the 38-yard run, I mentioned to you that he got trucked by the offensive tackle down into the middle of the line of scrimmage, because that was a play that cut back, and we missed a couple tackles, but he was as bad as anybody. No way he was going to get off that block. So I don't know what I was in the league for 23 years, and I have a hard time thinking that a guy is just going through the motions. I mean, but at the same time, the guy hasn't done anything really this year to this point right now after getting a big contract.
He cashed a big check.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
It's called, listen, the good life has ruined many a player.
Yeah, I know it.
I would hope to think that's not the case,
Yeah,
but
me
you're
too.
right. The mind does wander. 17.5 in a contract year. And by the way, what did we say? They did not sign him before last year because his only double-digit sack season was his rookie season, right?
Yeah.
And why didn't you sign Hines Allen long-term? Well, because he hadn't really earned it. Now he contract year and he goes nuts. And now he kind of looks like that guy he was before 2023, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
He's comfortable now. Y'all paid him. He's in his what's the little thing called, the snuggle? What's that thing it's called?
No, you're right, the snuggle.
Snuggle, yeah. He's comfortable and cozy.
Let's go to the south side. Let's get Steve in here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Steve, what do you got?
What's going on, guys? Hey, Coach, this is a quick question this is kind of for Coach. He's a secondary coach. So in the second quarter, I believe they threw the ball. We disrupted the pass. We did not touch the guy's shoulder. One referee puts his arms out. It's an incomplete pass. And then from the other sideline, they throw a flag. Now, as the coach on the sideline, clearly you can't challenge that, but why does it seem like we seem to be that call clearly is an incomplete pass? Why are they giving it a flag? And I will listen to your comments up here. I don't want to talk about the last caller because Josh Hines down stuff. That's for the birds. Let's just win football. Thanks.
Well, the answer to that is, and I believe you're talking about the one on number 30.
Monteric
Brown. And he tried to run the route for the player. So he tried to get into a position where, that guy's going to the post, I'm going to beat him to the post. And then the guy turned back outside, and even though, because he got his hand on the guy when he turned back into him. And
yeah, I thought that was interference.
Yeah, sometimes the ball looks like it's uncatchable because the DB didn't give the guy an opportunity to get to a point of where he could catch the football.
And if you notice, Monteric Brown wasn't really complaining about it.
Exactly.
He kind of knew.
It was pass interference. But, that old stuff about uncatchable ball, that really doesn't come into play anymore unless it's just an egregious, the quarterback's throwing the ball out of bounds, and at the last second, a guy puts his hand on somebody.
Let's go to Buffalo. Let's get Junior in here on the fifth quarter. Junior, what's going on, pal?
Hey, gentlemen, I'm watching you guys live. That's a beautiful place. That Island Girl Bar. You guys look
awesome man.
But how can we lose a butt-kicking contest to a one-legged man? Come on. Seriously, I've never saw that before. This is crazy. The Jaguars are making everything complicated. They're forcing a square peg in a round hole every time they're on the field. With bad mistakes, running the wrong route, one of the players doing a move, and he hits the ball. The ball hits him in the leg, and it almost caused a fumble right there. These guys are not in sync. This is crazy. This is crazy, and this is week 7 going into on week 8, and we're making mistakes like we're doing in practice and before in April. This is ridiculous.
Junior, appreciate the phone call. Yeah, Josiah DeGuara's contribution to the game today was getting his forearm in the way of a shotgun snap and almost costing the Jaguars a fumble. I'm not sure if he showed up in the box score for that or not.
Yeah, but it sent us off the field. It did that.
Well, yeah. And luckily, the rookie kicker is like one of the best kickers in football. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not talking about him because at 2-6, they have so many problems. We can't address the fact that the kicker and the punter are absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Actually, on that note, real quick, since we're doing it, RJ, let's go ahead and shift gears. Let's call an audible at the line of scrimmage. And let's go to the special teams player of the game. It's brought to you by Crown Royal. That'll be flowing in here at Island Girl tonight when we're talking about the Jaguars' loss to the Green Bay Packers. But as always, Crown Royal brings you this week's special teams player of the week.
Now, it's time to showcase the Crown Royal special teams player of the game. Live generously and life will treat you royally.
Honorable mention to Cam Little. But Logan Cook, my God.
He's unbelievable.
73-yard punt out of the 2-yard line.
Yes.
Logan Cook might be the best punter in football. Leon, he's terrific.
Oh, absolutely. Should have an all-pro season the way he's been kicking the football.
He's gotten plenty of opportunities.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, inside the 3-yard line, almost at the 1. Yes, you can't get any better than that. Yes.
Phone line's loaded. I promise we'll get to you. Jonathan, you'll lead us off when we come back. It is the Window World of Northeast Florida. Fifth quarter, as always, we are presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings. Our location, Island Girls Cigar Bar on Gate Parkway. Leon, look at the setup in here. You can watch us on the stream on the MyBookie digital platform. We're on YouTube, X, Facebook, you name it. Perfect setup. TVs everywhere. Comfy couches, comfy chairs. Terrific selection of cigars, but including amongst that selection the best cigars in the house, the Big Sur's.
The Big Sur's. The Howard G. Big Sur cigars that you got right there. You got the Big Sur's, and I got the little Sur's right here. We'll be smoking these.
Look at this thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is. 8 1/4, 58 gauge there.
That is absolutely terrific.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm not necessarily a cigar connoisseur, but I'll tell you this. I've smoked a cigar or two in my day, and I'm not telling you this because you're one of my best buddies. This is the best cigar I've ever had.
There you go.
I really mean that. The Big Sur's, I get it every time I come to Island Girls Cigar Bar. Come up and join us for a little fellowship and a little camaraderie. Again, if you're on the phone line, we will get to you, 641-1010. That is Leon Searcy. He is Dave Campo, and I'm the hacker, Ryan Green. Green Bay 30. Jacksonville 27. But good news, they get to go to Philadelphia next week. That'll be a wonderful time in the city of brotherly love. More to do. Fifth quarter rolls on. 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
There's a magic in live radio that crackles with life and energy.
Let's go home!
Your home for live play-by-play is 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Go with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
This college football season, we're celebrating more than touchdowns. It's time to honor playmakers of the classroom. Thanks to FIS and the College Football Playoff Foundation, Gator Bowl Charities is surprising 16 local teachers with $1,000 each week. Every honored teacher gets a special invitation to the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl January 2nd to be celebrated on the field. Teachers from Clay, Duval, Nassau, and St. Johns County, grades K through 12 are eligible. Nominate a deserving teacher today and let's score big for education at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
This is Jerry Holland, Duval County Supervisor of Elections. If you're like me, there never seems to be enough hours in the day. You seem to be on the go from sunup to sundown, which is why I vote early. Listen, this ballot is very long. I'm talking at least 2 pages, and that's why I need the flexibility of early voting. I can choose the location that works for me and my schedule. You can cast your ballot at any of our 24 early voting sites. Visit NorthFloridaVotes.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey. Here in North Florida, you know that when temperatures go up and your AC goes out, you need help now. Like right now. Like lickety-split. So why not call Lickety Split and get same-day emergency service for your AC? Now, I bet you've seen their trucks all over town because they've got dozens of certified technicians ready to repair not only your AC, but your home's plumbing and electrical too. So when you want it done right and you need it done right now, call Lickety Split AC Plumbing and Electric.
When they were little, the other girls played with dolls.
Aww.
They played with footballs.
Who's that? Yes, it's us.
Helmets and heels.
From the First Coast Lighting Studios at 1010XL.
Weekdays noon to 2.
Some girls have all the fun.
If you're searching for a new fence installation, challenge yourself to find a fence company with more positive online reviews than Superior Fence and Rail. With over 3,000 reviews and a 4.9 out of 5 review range, Superior Fence and Rail is, well, superior. So take the online challenge or let their professional team show you what superior service looks like. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville, putting an extra 60 minutes on the clock. The window world of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter at Island Girl Cigar Bar on Gate Parkway. Presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings on 1010XL.
Dropping the throw, four-man rush. Trevor looks, fires toward the corner of the end zone, and that ball is caught! Somehow caught! Evan Ingram went up. He out-jumped three defenders. He was not going to be denied. Evan was going to catch that thing. Touchdown, Jacksonville, a 14-yarder with 1:48 to play in the ball game.
Frank Frangie on the call, Jaguars radio. That tied the game. We didn't know Jaden Reed, moments later, would have 51 yards down the sideline for Green Bay to end up kicking the game-winning field goal. But nevertheless, it was a terrific catch by Evan Ingram. Every week here on the fifth quarter, we do give you a play of the game. That play of the game is brought to you by our friends at Performance Painting. RJ, let's do it now. The Performance Painting play of the game.
Now, the Performance Painting high-performance play of the game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
I'll tell you a funny story, Leon. You and Coach can both appreciate this. Matt Hayes and I have been known to mix it up from time to time.
No, not you two.
Really?
Well, I love Matt. People think me and Matt don't like each other. Matt is, honest to goodness, one of my best friends at the radio station. But we'll go at it from time to time. And so I said on Twitter, after Evan Ingram scored, because I've just watched these games for my entire life, and I just knew they were going to lose, I said, great catch. They left too much time on the clock. So Matt, well, you know how he likes to give me some grief. He says, can you ever be happy about anything? I'm not sure if he hit the send button. He must have hit the send button, and like 5 seconds later, Jaden Reed's running down the sideline. So I just quote tweeted it and said, "You were saying?" ? I mean, I just knew. When you follow the Jaguars as a objective media journalist like we are, right? Quote unquote, or a fan, you just know. And when they scored with 1:48 to go, you just knew they were still going to lose the game.
Yeah, we said it right there. Yeah. My son and I were watching a game sitting there. We said, hey, too much time.
Oh, too much time.
Yeah.
But again, it shouldn't be lost that they did drive down the field without their top three wide receivers. Yeah. I mean, Leon, that's incredible.
It is incredible, but they still lost.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, this is a bottom line league. You know, there's win, loss, there's tie, there's no nice try. So that's
better luck next time.
Exactly. There's no nice try in the column. So I mean, they're 2-6. That's who they are. You know, unfortunately, this team should have done a better job after they scored a touchdown defending. Yep. You know,
or at least make the guy work for it, not have him fair catch the ball 30 yards downfield.
That part, yeah.
It's very reminiscent of David Njoku last year. Remember, he had those 2 fair catch touchdowns. Jaden Reed could have fair caught that ball today. He was that wide open in a tie game with 90 seconds to go. Just it's a clown show, man. Let's go to the state of Alabama. Let's get Jonathan in here on the fifth quarter on 1010XL. Jonathan, what do you got?
Okay, first off, Jordan Love threw that interception, and we got the ball from him. Well, we should have scored right then and there. But then I don't know what Trevor was looking at when he threw that pick, but that really aggravated me. And then second of all, you're just making some stupid penalties. You don't need to be doing that. And then the slow start that we're doing on offense, I mean, we have got to fix that. And then the defense has got to stop blowing coverages because they're letting all these teams score on them.
Jonathan, appreciate it. Let me tell you something about Jonathan. He sounds pissed. All right?
Doesn't sound happy.
Jonathan's been calling us for years. That was pissed off, Jonathan, which we kind of appreciated 2-6. Let me tell you what Trevor Lawrence didn't see on that interception, Coach. I'm willing to bet he didn't see Xavier McKinney.
No,
because he threw the ball right to him.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? It looked like, of course, until I see the 22, you can't see exactly, but it looked like 2 of our receivers were pretty close together. And I don't think many patterns do you run where there's 2 receivers fairly close together. So I'm not sure exactly what happened.
To the untrained eye, it was almost as if they wanted to send Brian Thomas deep to get McKinney's attention and bring Kirk underneath. Yeah. Well, Thomas didn't get deep enough. McKinney stayed there.
He was just standing there together.
And he threw. I mean, it was a perfect throw. Trevor hit him right between the 2 and the 9.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was a perfect throw to McKinney. Yep. Back to the phone lines. Let's go to St. John's. Let's get Karen in here on the fifth quarter, live from Island Girl on Gate Parkway. Karen, what's going on?
Hey there. I remember the first time I saw Trevor play in college, and I did a double take and turned my head, and I thought, who is that guy? And I want him for the Jaguars. And I just kind of wonder sometimes if he went to another team, would he be that same guy we saw in college? Is it a Jaguars curse or what? My second point, you touched on our last drive and how we gave them too much time, which is exactly my thought. I'm wondering why we didn't use more clock. I think we even used a timeout there. Why didn't we make every effort to run the clock down while we were so close? And I'll take your comments off the air. Thanks.
That's a tough situation to be in because they were still at like the 14-yard line. Ingram made a heck of a throw. My question to you, Coach, and look, maybe I'm way overthinking this, but when Jaden Reed's running down the sideline, right, and it's obvious he's in field goal range, in the middle of the play. Now, I don't know if you can coach this into your guys or not. The Jaguars should have let them score on that play. Did you tell your guys in a situation, if a guy's ever running towards the end zone with under 2 minutes to go in a tie game, do not push him out of bounds, let him get into the end zone?
I don't think we ever did that.
But you see my point,
Yeah,
though?
I see the point, and it's done. In other words, when you're –
if you push him out of bounds, the game is over.
Yeah, and that's a legitimate argument. You see it when they're inside the 10-yard line or something.
Well, Jack's trying to
let
him
a
score,
guy run the guy in, to try to give him a chance, But I don't know. It's hard to tell players to do that.
Right,
I mean,
and I get it. I mean, it's the heat of the battle.
It is. Instinctively, we're trying to.
You're trying to stop.
We're trying to stop them from getting in the end zone. We're not thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to do that when you're sitting on the couch.
Yes, exactly.
Watching TV.
Exactly.
But as Reed is running down the sideline, because again, there wasn't anybody within. The next closest defender to him was in St. Augustine.
Now the young lady that called, Karen, the answer to that is there was no guarantee that we were going to score at all.
Right.
So you really can't worry about letting the clock run down. If you're letting the clock run down to where you got a chance to kick a field goal or something to get into position, that's one thing. But we had to score a touchdown in order to tie. So you're worried about making plays that are going to get you in that end zone.
Yeah, and Ingram made a great play, and I don't fault them for scoring too early. You just knew, Leon. You've played for this team. You've followed this team. Didn't you just know that Green Bay was going to get points at the end to win it?
First of all, I didn't play for this team.
Well, yeah, that's true. You played for the good Jaguars.
We had opportunities. We seized the moment. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. In those kind of situations, as a player, you're trying to, especially when you're making a comeback. You want to score, and then you're hoping, offensively, the defense is going to muster up some effort to come away with either getting a 3-and-out or even a turnover or something like that. So letting them score is something that we don't, we can't comprehend that kind of stuff.
With our defense, the one thing I would have done, and I'll tell you something that I would have done. I would not have kicked the end zone out of the end zone. I would have pooched it up there and see if we can get them around the 20 or the 22 or whatever. Because when you get to the 30-yard line and you only need a field goal, that's 2 or 3 throws and you're there.
Yeah.
Okay, even, obviously it might not have made a difference because they still might have run, that same play for whatever. But I wouldn't have put the ball on the 30-yard line unless they earned it.
The problem is I could have caught that pass that Jaden Reed did
because
there was nobody there. If there's nobody there where I could have caught it, that's just how you have a bust in that situation.
But that's just a bad
mind-boggling.
It's a bad team, bro.
Yeah.
And those crucial moments right there.
That's what we're saying. Bad things happen at bad times.
And those crucial moments, you can't allow those kind of plays to happen if you're a good team.
Let's get one more in on this side. Again, if you're on the phone line, we'll get to you. We're with you till 8 o'clock tonight. Let's go to the south side. Let's get James in here on the 5th quarter. James, what's going on?
Hey, it's not really about the game, but I want to ask Leon and stuff this. When we talked about the money earlier, why would you get paid all that money and not play as hard as you could? You know what I mean? Why would you do that? Leon, did you get paid good when you came to Jacksonville? I'm sure you did good, and you probably played good. You know what I mean? But I don't understand why you get the money and you don't want to play hard no more. That's what I don't get. And Hacker, one more question to you. Do you really lose 100 pounds?
108, yep. James, appreciate it. Yeah, 108 down. I guess.
I think he fainted when you said
he was, yeah. I was 317.
Out,
now
bro.
I'm 209.
He passed out on the phone.
Yeah, you knocking people off their feet.
I've legitimately lost 108 pounds. Thank you, Awaken 180. Real quickly on why do people get paid and then not perform?
Well, listen, I can't sit here and question his effort. Yes, I can. I don't see the same effort that I saw last year. And when you're on a losing team, the perception is you got paid and you're not giving it as much effort. Now, I'm not in the meeting rooms. I'm not there. I'm not in the facility. I'm not watching the film. So I can only tell you what my trained eyes have seen, that he's not the same player that I saw run after guys down from the backside and strip sacks and all. He's not that same guy. He seems a little bit more cautious. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but that's the perception you're going to have as a fat cat once you get paid.
Well, here's the thing. This is why I kind of feel bad for Shad Khan. He gives this team the resources they need to do everything. And he's got people in charge that fans disagree with, Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson, and that conversation's coming sooner rather than later in regards to both guys. But they paid Trevor, they paid Campbell, they paid Foye, and they paid, obviously, Hines Allen. You can't do anything about injuries. Foye got hurt, missed 4 games. Still think he's a very good player. Campbell got hurt, missed 4 games. Trevor's been above average to above average. Hines Allen's been below average. But the owner allows you to spend all that money on those guys and all the free agents like Armstead and Savage and Darby and Davis and Morse, and gives these guys everything they need, and they repay him by arguably being the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, and I listen, you can't reward bad behavior. And that's what this organization has been doing for the last decade or so underneath Shad Khan. He rewards bad behavior. He gives them more, and they give less. That's just the bottom line. That's just the truth. The fact of it. How long is he on the organization?
Since 2012.
From 2012. We're talking about 12 years, right? They've had how many winning seasons in 12 years? 3? At most, 3.
Yeah. I'll have to do my weekly record.
I think it's 3. 2017, 2022, and then last year.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
So you're rewarding bad behavior. At some particular point, you got to stop it. You got to stop rewarding bad behavior.
That is Leon Searcy. He's Dave Campo. I'm the hacker, Ryan Green. 1 hour down, 1 hour to go. We'll take you up till 8 o'clock, live from Island Girls Cigar Bar on Gate Parkway. Leon, tell them about Island Girl, including the Big Circe and the Little Circe.
Well, you can come in Island Girl. Every corner you can watch a football game. They got an outstanding bar. They got outstanding barmaids. That right there is Jules right there. She makes wonderful drinks. She got an outstanding humidor with the Big Circe and the Little Circe in here. Come in here, sit down, have a smoke, have a drink. Because I think me and Hack, after the 5th quarter, we're going to definitely light out.
I'm doing right here. No question about it.
And we'll probably be profane after the
Yeah. Watch a little Cowboys 49ers Sunday Night Football tonight. Window World of Northeast Florida, 5th quarter. We're presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings. If you're on the phone line, we will get to you, 641-1010. Back after this, 5th quarter, 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The station that covers the Jaguars day in and day out. WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. This is 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you spend a lot of time talking about diamonds, but what about some of the colored stones we see?
Frank, when you talk about colored stones, there are literally hundreds of varieties and species in the gem kingdom. As certified gemologists, we're trained gemologically on the identification of each of these and can separate the man-made synthetics and imitations from the real thing. But at Underwoods, we can go to the next step. At Underwoods, we're active buyers of loose-colored stones in the world markets, so we have an understanding of the values of colored stones as they relate back to the various qualities. In fact, just like diamonds, we buy most of our colored stones loose, then create the pieces of jewelry to hold the gems. You can be assured not only of the authenticity and quality of our colored stone jewelry, but also of the value. So if you're in the market for a fine quality emerald, sapphire, ruby, aquamarine, amethyst, citrine, tourmaline, peridot, or any other gemstone, come by and see us at Underwoods.
Injured in an accident that's not your fault? Don't worry, Zach's got your back. I'm Zach Von Rowan at Von Rowan Law, and over the past 20 years, I have fought to recover millions from my clients throughout Jacksonville. If you've been injured in an accident, have mounting medical bills, can't work, don't worry. Zach's got your back. I will fight for the compensation that you deserve and will be there every step of the way. Go to Zach'sGotYourBack.com to set up your free consultation with me today. Zach'sGotYourBack.com.
Before termites attack your home or business and cause costly damage, Terminix it. At Terminix, we know how to stop termites. These destructive pests have been around for millions of years, but before they show up, so do we. And their time is up. Don't live with a termite problem? Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com. Terminix it.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
Jags Hall of Famer Tony Baselli puts on his gold jacket every Monday morning at 7:20 on The Drill.
Does look good.
It's Hall of Fame Monday with Tony Baselli.
Good? It's great.
Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida on 1010XL.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank NA, member FDIC.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is the window world of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter.
From Island Girls Cigar Bar on Gate Parkway.
Presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings on 1010XL.
Trevor keeps it on his own read, spins away from the tackle, lowers his shoulder near the goal line. Touchdown! Trevor Lawrence lowered his shoulder. He carried some Packers into the end zone for the score.
Frank Frangie, Jaguars Radio. That was a nice play by Trevor Lawrence. A rushing touchdown, a couple of passing touchdowns for Trevor Lawrence in a 30-27 loss to the Green Bay Packers. Every week here on the fifth quarter, we do give you a drive of the game. That drive of the game is brought to you by Randy Marion Cadillac. And RJ, let's do it now. The Randy Marion Cadillac drive of the game.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac drive of the game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
Unfortunately, this won't be much of a talking point after today and tomorrow because the defense completely let the offense down on the final drive for Green Bay. But to tie the game, Jacksonville in just 2 minutes and 2 seconds, 8 plays, 87 yards without their top 3 wide receivers, Trevor Lawrence to Evan Ingram for the touchdown, was a great moment. Sadly, the defense blew it, but, Coach, no question, it was a great drive from the offense.
Absolutely. And again, you look at it, you say, they did so many good things today. The bad overshadows it, unfortunately, when you lose. And that's, it's kind of the mantra of this football team right now.
Hack, you know what's going to be bad, Hack? Because Green Bay Packers, they're going to make the playoffs, all right?
Yeah.
They're going to make the playoffs, and we're going to be at home watching them in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing that we battled with this team that's in the playoffs.
We're going to be making plans to go back to Mobile for the Senior Bowl.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when this team finishes seasons at 4-13 or 5-12 or whatever it may be, and they're sitting there watching the Green Bay Packers go to the next round of the playoffs or whoever they beat, whatever, and this team is going to look back and say we had an opportunity to beat that team. And it's going to be unfortunate because
when you watch the Houston Texan game.
Yeah, of course, those type of games.
Yeah.
That's why. Listen, it was hard for me when I got bounced out the playoffs to watch teams move forward in the playoffs, knowing that we had a chance to beat them. Now this team is not going to make the playoffs, no. But I'm saying when they're sitting at home in January watching the playoffs, looking at this team advance and play, they're going to say to themselves, "Wow, they probably won't say it because they probably wouldn't care." But I'm just saying, as me as a player, I would watch the game and say, "Man, we had a chance with this team. Man, why is it that we're home and they're there?"
641-1010 is the phone number if you want to get involved. We're with you till 8 o'clock live at Island Girls Cigar Bar on Gate Parkway. Back to the phone lines we go. Let's go to St. John's. Let's get Mason in here on the fifth quarter on 1010XL. Mason, what's going on?
I just want to thank you guys for doing this show through all the terrible things the team has been doing recently and throughout all the season. And I got one thing to say. Gabe Davis is an absolute thief. We're paying him $15 million a year, and he's doing absolutely nothing for this team.
Mason, appreciate the phone call. I mentioned this on the Duval Rundown. I do the YouTube program with Gus before I come in here for the fifth quarter. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure you might know this about me. I don't like to be wrong. But when I am wrong, I'll usually admit it. I had so many national media guys on Hacker After Dark this offseason say, Gabe Davis, what are y'all doing getting Gabe Davis? I said, well, wait a minute. 25 years old, back in the state of Florida where he played his college ball, 28 career touchdowns. I don't know, man. I'm really high on Gabe Davis. Leon, he's not Jerry Porter or Bryce Popp or Hugh Douglas yet because they're not paying him like that.
Yeah.
But he's been bad. Well, there's no doubt about it. He has been bad.
Yeah, well, in his previous life, he was probably a bank robber. He was, because he's stealing. He is definitely stealing from this organization. The amount of money that they pay him and his lack of production, yes. When you brought him from Buffalo, you thought initially, he was going to be a game changer. Because you're talking about somebody when he was at Buffalo was averaging, 14 yards per catch or something like that?
17.
17 yards per catch.
Had never had under 6 touchdowns in his career per season.
And he comes back to Florida, and another guy who gets comfortable and cozy. I don't know what they do when they come to Jacksonville. I don't know what the deal is, bro.
Yeah, Coach, that's hard to explain. And unfortunately, the receiver injuries we need to get to. Christian Kirk's looked bad.
Yep.
We're not medically trained professionals, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at that. Brian Thomas Jr. was doing great. He left. Gabe Davis with a wrist injury. He didn't play but half the first quarter. They got real problems at wide receiver.
Well, I think for sure, talking about Gabe, I mean, he was sitting there talking to
Brian Thomas
after the touchdown, sitting on the bench, and I said to my son Tommy, I said, now the guy sitting next to him is the guy you got to worry about. He hasn't done anything, and he's got an offsides penalty in every ball game.
Well, I think that got him on the stat line. I think that actually showed that he played because that's the only thing he did. He didn't catch anything.
He got a false start.
Getting a false start gets your name in the paper.
Absolutely, and I guarantee you he's done it pretty much the whole year.
Yeah, that's a bad one. And the free agents as a whole, look, I mean, Mitch Morse got blown up on a couple of plays, man. I mean, Ronald Darby's been in and out of the lineup. He was injured again today and left. Eric Armstead has done a handful of things in 8 games.
Casper, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like it's not good, man. It's not good. That's Trent Baalke.
It's okay to say this free agent class is terrible.
It's been bad in 8 games.
Yes,
it's been very bad.
Horrific, yes.
Yeah. Back to the phone lines. Let's go to Springfield. Let's get Jimmy in here on 1010XL. Jimmy, what do you got?
Hey, guys. Thank you for having me on. First off, Big Sears, love you. You're a legend. Coach, great to talk to you. A little hoarse from the game today, naturally. But I just wanted to say I'm just kind of, I'm frustrated with the defense right now. Obviously, we all are. as a defense-centric person, I feel like Nielsen hasn't really done what we hoped that he would do. We're not attacking the ball. We're not getting anything done. And I think the feeling in the stands is, Trevor's kind of been a little mid, and we need him to come through for us. I was really hoping this would be a big year for Cisco, being Donovan Darius being my favorite Jaguar of all time. I was hoping Cisco was going to come through and make the bank this year, but we really got to step that defense up, and I think it comes down to coaching. I don't think it's a lack of talent. I feel like we need better people on the front lines. I mean, we can go to Balky, we can go all the way down, but we got to do something about this.
Appreciate the call. Coach, you and I were conversing earlier. The Chicago Bears, right, clearly better than us because they beat the crap out of us over in London 2 weeks ago, but they're an average NFL football team with a coach that's in his third year in the league, in Matt Eberflus, third year as a head coach, same timeline as Doug Peterson. Matt Eberflus was interviewed here once or twice during that process. Watching that defense in Chicago, again, an average team, average. It doesn't look like the same sport. Watching our defense compared to that defense, it's quite frankly humiliating.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you. We were talking about, you watch them, it looks like they got a rolling ball of butcher knives when they're rushing a passer. I mean, you see arms flaring all over the place. Our guys get on one guy, and they try to push him back into the quarterback. I mean, we're just not, I don't know. And listen, we had a lot of defensive linemen around here, and some of them were sitting on the bench. The guy we took in the second round, he's in street clothes for 2 games in a row. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, we're just not very good defensively, and we actually are better offensively than we are defensively, if you can believe that. Defensively, we're not playing well at all, in my opinion.
A better word for it, Coach, is Velcro.
Yeah, Velcro.
Our defensive
Absolutely.
front is Velcro. They get on guys they can't get off.
Yeah.
If they don't push you back, they don't have a counter move.
No.
When the offensive line gets their hands on them, defensive guys are told to work counter moves. In here, flip, rip, club, whatever. These guys go straight up and go back and try to push you back. That's what offensive linemen want. They want you to be straight up and down to try to use your power. All we're going to do is sit on your bull. And if you don't give us nothing, to counter, then we're good.
Again, I've defended Trent Baalke a lot, but I'm at the point now, it's indefensible, the lack of pass rush. For 2 off seasons, if you're a Jaguar fan, a Jaguar media member, a former player, a former head coach, we have sat here on 1010XL every show, every single show, every host, every caller, all of us, the collective we in this city, and said they have nothing behind 41 and 44. We said it last year, and we said it again this year. They have had 2 years to get more of a pass rush. And they bring in a 31-year-old with bad knees because Baalke knew him from San Francisco. They draft Mason Smith, who people thought that was a round or two too high. It's just like that's indefensible. If we can see it, and we're not getting paid $1 million or so, whatever Baalke's getting to make these decisions, the fact that he didn't see it is either arrogance or stubbornness or stupidity.
Heck, it's like in the Wild West when they used to sell the snake oil. Remember the snake oil people that go around town selling people the snake oil? That's what they're doing. They're selling us snake oil. They're telling us this stuff is so great and it proves otherwise. That's what Baalke's been selling us. That they're over there. They're the smartest people in the room, and we don't know anything. So that's the perception. And we keep buying it. We keep buying the snake oil.
Well, no, there's one guy that's buying it, and he's the guy in charge.
Absolutely.
He's the guy in charge. Best team the Jaguars have ever had.
Oh.
I wonder where Shad heard that.
Of course, in a meeting room with Baalke, of course.
That would be my perception. I don't know that, but that would be my perception. And by the way, what does that mean? If that's the best team that's ever been assembled and they're not performing well, that's separating yourself from the head coach, is it not?
Of course.
Is that a CYA at this point?
That's putting him on the chopping blocks.
That's the perception that I think is starting to get out there.
He's basically telling the owner that, hey, listen, I bought all the groceries. He can't prepare the meal. It ain't me. I got the groceries for him. It's up to him. He got to make the meal look good.
And, Coach, whether that's fair or not, or whether that's real or not, I don't think we know that. I certainly don't know it, but the perception out there is, and I keep hearing it from more and more people, that is the story of how that whole thing came about. Balky's telling Shad one thing, and the team's not performing. That's going to make Doug look bad.
He did it with the 49ers. He did it with Harbaugh. Yep. He cut ties with Harbaugh the same way. Why wouldn't he do it with Doug? He did the same thing with Harbaugh.
Window World of Northeast Florida brings you the fifth quarter. We're presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings. Island Girls Cigar Bar. Gate Parkway is our location. This has been my spot for over 15 years, man. I absolutely love it. Leon's spot as well. Come on out. They got a full bar. They got TVs everywhere, couches, comfy chairs, great selection of cigars, including the Big Sirs and the Little Sirs. And Leon, if they come out and see us here in the next hour or so, you will take care of them with an autograph and a photo with your box of cigars.
Absolutely. You come and buy a box of Big Sirs and Little Sirs, I will autograph it with you, and I will take a picture with you.
Absolutely love it. We'll be back. More to do. Phone lines open, 641-1010. We got to get to the injury update, and it's extensive, unfortunately. That's next. 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL. Home of the Florida Gators.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's The Mangler.
Hey, Jaguars fans, as the official whiskey of the NFL, it's not a kickoff without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. And that's why we've built the Crown Royal Rig. An absurdly awesome 18-wheeler delivering the generous spirit to stadiums and tailgates across the country. Follow the Royal Rig on its journey from city to city, bringing together local cuisine, NFL legends, and the opportunity to pack a purple bag for charity and win tickets to Super Bowl 59. Visit crownroyal.com for rules and more, and please drink responsibly.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the Michelob Ultra PBR Jacksonville at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, February 22nd and 23rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
Huddle up at Hurricane Grill and Wings, where every day is game day. From their famous wings to refreshing new cocktails, serving up the flavors you crave. And score big with awesome happy hour deals. It's the perfect spot to catch all the football action while enjoying your food faves, cocktails, and beer. Don't miss out. Grab your friends and family and swing by Hurricane Grill and Wings and see what everyone's cheering about. Find the restaurant nearest you at hurricanewings.com.
Follow the Canes as they storm the ACC.
I'm 1010XL's JJ LaSelva, and every week I'll bring you the Miami news and notes you need to know.
The Performance Painting Hurricane Report on 1010XL. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Bold City AC, heating that rules.
Is your AC ready for the holidays? Bold City Heating and Air ensures your AC stays in tip-top shape. We know that a clean AC is a healthy AC. Upgrade yours for just $96 a month and enjoy free duct cleanings with your new system. Plus, ask about our 0% financing options.
Bold City AC, we got the crew. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
Every day you wake up and go to work to make life better for your family. Until one day you get hurt doing your job, or you're the victim of a reckless driver. Suddenly, nothing's the same. You can't provide because you can't work. But I can. That's why I can't wait to get up every morning to try to make life better for you. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family. Call us at 396-5555 or go to farahandfarah.com. Jacksonville.
Hey
everybody. Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville, here to say hello. And we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Wow, John, my Clearwater sprinkler system looks great.
All right, Frank, let's go ahead and program your Rainbird timer. How many minutes do you want the zones to run?
John, I think we run from the front 20, the sides 15, the back 10, the garden 5. Clearwater scores.
Well, that's a first, Frank, but you're the boss.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage to
ClearwaterJacks.com. Rake in the savings this fall with Universal Roof and Contract. Enjoy 15% off all roof repairs and replacements with financing options as low as $115 a month. Protecting your home has never been easier. Schedule your free roof inspection today. Call 855-ROOF-HELP. This offer expires October 31st. Protect your home and your wallet. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Bringing you an extra quarter of football.
The window world of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter. From Island Girl Cigar Bar on Gate Parkway. Presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings on 1010XL.
Two left, slot right, dropping his Trevor. Looking, steps up, fires to the back of the end zone. Brian Thomas Jr. Did he double catch it? Yes, it and touchdown. He bobbled it but hung on. Brian Thomas Jr. has the score, and Jacksonville has taken the lead.
Frank Frangie on the call, Jaguars radio. Brian Thomas Jr.'s 5th touchdown catch of the season. Unfortunately, that would be the last catch of the day as BTJ got banged up, did not return to the game. Gabe Davis got hurt. Christian Kirk got hurt. It was an unbelievable situation. And with that as a backdrop, let's go ahead and do the injury update. Every week we do it here on the fifth quarter. It is brought to you by the law offices of Farah & Farah. And RJ, let's hit it now. The Farah & Farah injury update.
The personal injury attorneys of Farah & Farah present this injury update. Farah & Farah,
Jacksonville.
Exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So there is a ton of injuries. Absolutely a ton. Coach, have you ever seen the top 3 receivers for a team get hurt in one day?
Nope. It's a new one. A new one on me.
Yeah, unreal.
Yeah. It's too bad because I think we got a good group. It's just too bad that happened today.
And I hate to be that guy, and this is probably more of a conversation for tomorrow or later in the week, but let's be honest, the conversation's going to happen. Christian Kirk was on the trade block. That's no longer going to happen with the injury. It looked bad. He's probably going to miss some time. I mean, he was ruled out instantly. And you wonder just what the future holds for Christian Kirk now. I mean, if it's a long-term issue, again, we have no idea. We don't know. I want to make that perfectly clear. We don't know. But if it is a longer-term issue, you wonder what his future will be here in Jacksonville.
People don't like to hear this, but you got Brian Thomas Jr., right? You got you a young phenom who's not going to demand that kind of money because he's still on his rookie contract.
You got a much cheaper option in Parker Washington, too.
Yeah, Christian Kirk is going to, no matter what the injury may be or how long-term it may be, he's going to want another big-time deal. And you got Parker Washington. You got leverage with him, and then you got the leverage with the draft. So, I mean, more than likely, he might have been – I know everybody, he's beloved, but this might be, depending on how long-term the injury is, might be the last time he wear a Jaguar jersey.
And again, this is going to sound terrible, and I don't want to be that guy, but let's be honest. With what they're paying Kirk, you got to catch that ball, right? I mean, you got to catch that ball. I mean, I know he got hurt and it sucks, but Trevor's scrambling. Trevor hits him down the field. I mean, you got to catch that, Coach.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, and I think sometimes when you hit the ground.
No, I don't want to be that guy.
You are that guy.
Yeah,
you are that guy.
People are going to be like hackers
catch,
of total. You know
catch
what?
Catch the ball, then separate your shoulder.
Right, but you got to catch the ball, man. Right? I mean, he had it. It was right there. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
I mean, you're making me feel bad.
No, I'm just telling you, it's true. You say catch the ball, then separate your shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay? We're trying to win a ball game here.
It's one thing if it's Parker Washington or Tim Jones. I mean, Kirk's getting paid $19 million a year, man.
He is making a lot of money.
It's
sometimes when the pain hits, the ball has a tendency to move on the body.
It does.
Right, but I mean, it's like he had it and then he went to the ground and I don't know. It was just.
Well, the guy knocked it out. I
yeah.
mean, but it was moving when they knocked it out.
So what do you do now? I mean, that's the question. Is it going to be a lot of two tight end sets?
Yeah, I think they'd be smart to do that. I think after I would look at Ingram as a wide receiver. I would say, okay, you go two tight ends. Strange has done a good job with getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
You go to two tight ends. If they go to nickel, you run the football.
Again,
if they don't go to nickel, you flank 17 out, throw the ball.
The offense can survive Christian Kirk, I think, because you have Parker Washington. He can't survive Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, he's
the guy that has to be in there.
And the concern that I have is that I think people have told me that he's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tough guy. Well, he didn't come back in when the game's on the line, so that little injury might be a little bit more than people, it might be ribs. It might be broken ribs. It could be anything like that.
Yeah, because I mean, I know he's a rookie and everything like that, but, I mean, I couldn't pull myself from a game that I know that my team needs me, unless it was something real severe.
Well,
and that's why I'm saying he has a reputation of being a tough guy and a dog.
Yeah.
When he didn't come back in, I said, "Oh man, it's probably something a little bit more." Because it looked like it was nothing.
Yeah, he didn't even get hurt. I mean, he caught the touchdown, and I think Leon, you mentioned maybe he landed on the ball.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
That's why I'm thinking it might be the ribs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a different deal. So
641-1010 is the phone number. If you want to get in, there is room for you. We're with you here on the fifth quarter for another 20 minutes or so. Let's go to Jacksonville Beach. Let's get Bruce in here on 1010XL. Bruce, what do you got?
Gentlemen, God bless y'all. And God bless the Jaguar fans. I've been to every game for the last 17 years but two, and it's been a rough go, my friend.
Yeah, the fans deserve better. There's no question about that.
Right. And, my real question is, in the last 12 years since Mr. Khan bought the team, we have a winning percentage of, 31% or something like that. I just don't understand. He's so good at making money. I mean, when he bought the team with $750 million, was it worth $3 billion now? I don't understand. Trent Baalke is not doing his job. Doug Peterson, I don't know. He's only got, his hands are tied. He's got what he's got to work with. But I'm very, very frustrated with going to games knowing we're going to lose. And I'm really just tired of it. So I know there's nothing you all can do about it, but I just want to get that off my chest. My name is Bruce Wouters. I'm trying to protect our beach life, and I want to protect the Alltel Stadium or the bank or whatever the hell they call it. We deserve better. Please, Mr. Khan, help us.
Wow, you got I like the passion. So they've lost 141 games since Shad Khan bought the team. They've won 11, 20, 23, 24, 30, 35, 45, 48, 53, 58, 62. So you're roughly 64 and 140, something like that, in 204 games since Shad Khan bought the team.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Shad Khan is giving money to free agents. He's letting Baalke give money to contract extensions. He built that beautiful Miller Electric Center. We're getting a stadium of the future here. I mean, he's done so much for the city. I've always said my biggest problem that I think Schott has is he's too loyal. He's too loyal to guys, and you said it earlier, Leon, he's too loyal to guys that don't perform for him as GMs or head coaches or any of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he needs to hire somebody that's vested and cares a little bit more about the organization, that's probably played for the organization.
Well, that
what about
guy
what about Baselli?
Yeah, that guy that just talked right there is what will cause him to get a little bit more into what's going on. When the fans start getting, not just being mad, but that guy has lost it all. You know, he's frustrated. He can't, when the fans start getting frustrated and don't show up, there's a problem. And that's when you make a decision to move on and go in different directions.
Yeah, by the way, since Schott bought the team, 62 wins, 141 losses. That dates back to the beginning of 2012. Let's go to St. Augustine. Let's get Keith in here on the fifth quarter on 1010XL. Keith, what's happening?
Hey, Hacker, how you hear me okay?
Yeah, Keith, we got you, buddy. What's on your mind?
Not much. I appreciate your weight loss. That's great.
Thank you, pal. Thank you very much.
108 pounds?
108 pounds.
That's great. No, my problem is with the Jags, and I've been following this team since they were born, okay? And thank you, Big Surf. I mean, I followed you too, and you and Big Bo. And I just get frustrated sometimes with the penalties and delay a game, and they can't count to 12 players on the field. Just stuff like that frustrates me. And like I said, I've been a fan forever and always will be.
Keith, appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Keith.
Here's the thing, too, Leon. The fans here at home, man, you think about the last two seasons. Big games, Kansas City, San Francisco. First Monday nighter in years, Cincinnati. First Sunday nighter in years, Baltimore. Houston last year. Green Bay today. They don't win big games at home. You have to go back to the Charger playoff game. The last consequential game of substance game they won here at Everbank Stadium. You're supposed to be have the advantage at home.
You're supposed to be jacked.
And they lose games in miraculous ways here.
Well, the most disappointing thing to me, Hacker, is that the first part of the game, they're going through the motions. You're at home. It's a big game to get you back on track against a good team. Where's the emotion? Where's the enthusiasm? Where's the one to get after it? This team goes a quarter and a half without getting a first down. I don't think in my whole career I've ever heard anything like that.
That's a valuable script they put together for those first 15 plays. That was good stuff.
You have to write that in the storyline where an NFL team would go a quarter and a half and not get one first down. That's crazy to me.
Again, the stat of the day for me, Coach, on the red zone today, every team had scored. It was like 130, 145. Every team had scored, and the Jaguars hadn't gotten a first down. Not only were the Jaguars the only team that hadn't scored yet, they hadn't gotten a first down. Well, every other team playing had already put points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was an ugly start. There's no question about it. And it kind of rivaled. I thought the game was going to go the same way as last week. I mean, they got down 10, and then they came back and got back into it. And they, the thing that's a shame is the field goal that they got, the other team
Packers, yeah.
Before the half. You've heard me say this. You don't let them score before the half or in the 2-minute drill.
Well, the Jaguars,
those two things.
The Jaguars tried to give him a touchdown because he had that delay of game on the field goal.
Correct.
Which is just...
But my point is that I said to my son sitting there watching it, I said, you watch, those 3 points will be the difference in the game.
Yeah.
And they were. I've seen it over and over. Every tip sheet that I had in my whole coaching career, one of the things on there was you don't let them score in a 2-minute drill, whether it's in first down or second down, first half or second half.
We got a couple more phone callers on the line. Bob, Corey, I'll tell you what, if you guys hang in there, you'll be the last two calls of the night. We'll come back. We'll kind of put a wrap on the situation with the Jaguars, now 2-6. They go to Philadelphia. The NFL flexed that game. Remember, that's a 4 o'clock game now, thank goodness, because national TV, the Jaguars have looked tremendous in the Buffalo outcome. So at least we won't have to deal with the national audience seeing us get boat raced in Philadelphia next Sunday. 2-6 is what it is. It's the reality of the situation. The Window World of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter. We have been presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings. All phone calls tonight have been courtesy of the Garber Auto Mall phone line. And Leon, tell them again, Island Girls Cigar Bar, Gate Parkway. You and I, this is kind of our home away from home.
This is our watering hole. You come here, it's not a bad TV site. You got plenty of lounge chairs, wonderful bar, great humidor, got good barmaids, good bartenders, and more than that.
Wow.
Whoa.
Jaden Daniels just hit a
Hail Mary to win the game for Washington.
Unbelievable.
Holy moly.
That was about 60-some yards, maybe 70.
So Jaden Daniels threw it from his own 35.
And they had everybody back there.
Oh
my goodness.
Gosh.
You always have a guy behind everybody in the oh, my goodness.
Look at Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is going bonkers.
Hey, go ahead and give him Rookie of the Year right now. Give
Oh,
it to him.
Wow.
65 yards in the air. Washington on a Hail Mary beats Chicago 18-15 and what might have been the play of the year. Wow, they are going nuts at FedEx Field up in D.C. That is terrific.
Defensively, you always have somebody behind everybody in the end zone.
All right,
one guy.
Leon, real quick, back to Island Girl. You heard the reaction here from Island Girl.
No, not only that, you go in the humidor, they got a wonderful humidor, but more than that, they've got the big search and the little search. Come on through, buy you a box, and I will sign it for you and take a picture with you.
Somebody check on Taylor Dahl right now.
Oh, my goodness.
We need to get a wellness.
My son Tommy.
Oh, your son Tommy.
No.
We need wellness updates on Campo's son Tommy and Taylor Dahl.
Oh,
because
goodness.
that is a brutal way for the Chicago Bears to lose that football game. Your phone calls, one more segment to go. Window World of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter, 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Bet live with Hard Rock Bet. Real-time wagering till the very last play. Missing the kickoff doesn't mean all bets are off.
Delay a game on the guy who hasn't bet yet.
Sometimes you just know your team is going to come back. The sportsbook for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Telling you once again about Chad and Sandy Newman. Mortgage rates are down, creating more active buyers and sellers. If you've been waiting, now is a great time to sell your home before more homes flood the market, driving down prices. So maybe you want guaranteed no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. They can handle that. You see, Chad and Sandy can take every problem you think you have and replace it with a promise. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. The success stories are rolling in. Mike and Lisa in McCormick. We inherited a family home that came with equity but also a mortgage. We needed to sell fast to avoid extra expenses on a second mortgage. We heard about Chad and Sandy on the radio and called. Everything they say on the radio is true. The home sold in 3 days for full asking price. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, I've heard you talk about the quality philosophy of Underwoods. Just what is that?
Frank, simply stated, the Underwood quality philosophy is fine jewelry and gifts will bring customers back and create new customers through the endorsements given to Underwoods by our satisfied customers. However, it's our definition of quality that's really been the Underwood difference, because quality has to go beyond materials and craftsmanship and has to include things like design, how it's presented, our service, our integrity, a customer's experience in our store, and the satisfaction a customer feels when they've chosen a special gift from Underwoods. A person or a company earns a reputation over a long period of time. And in Underwoods, we know that you earn your reputation every day, because that good reputation can be lost in a matter of days if you're not committed to doing the right thing for the long term.
That's Underwood, serving excellence in North Florida since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey. Here in North Florida, you know that when temperatures go up and your AC goes out, you need help now. Like right now. Like lickety-split. So why not call Lickety Split and get same-day emergency service for your AC? Now, I bet you've seen their trucks all over town because they've got dozens of certified technicians ready to repair not only your AC, but your home's plumbing and electrical too. So when you want it done right, and you need it done right now, call Lickety Split, AC, Plumbing, and Electric.
Go! Everyone who puts on a high school football uniform dreams of Friday Night Glory. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, Friday Night Lights. Join Hacker and Andrew Gibson, presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy. And do it today.
Injured in an accident that's not your fault? Don't worry, Zach's got your back. I'm Zach Von Rowan at Von Rowan Law, and over the past 20 years, I have fought to recover millions from my clients throughout Jacksonville. If you've been injured in an accident, have mounting medical bills, can't work, don't worry. Zach's got your back. I will fight for the compensation that you deserve and will be there every step of the way. Go to Zach'sGotYourBack.com to set up your free consultation with me today. Zach'sGotYourBack.com.
Have you tried golfing at the improved Cimarron Golf Club? If you haven't, tell you what, you're missing out on the best deal in Jacksonville. Now, many of you have received a postcard in the mail, and of course, if you bring that with you, $45 plus tax to play. That includes a cart, lunch, and a beer at the brand new Stone Barrel Tap House. Now, go to the website, that is CimarronGolfClub.com, and sign up for the Wild One Loyalty Program. That's the Wild One Loyalty Program, and get all of these specials emailed to you from Cimarron.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank NA, member FDIC.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville, putting an extra 60 minutes on the clock. The window world of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter at Island Girl Cigar Bar on Gate Parkway. Presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings on 1010XL.
On the last play of the game, McManus kicks it up. The chip shot field goal is good, and the Packers have defeated the Jaguars 30-27 at Everbank Stadium.
Frank Frangie, Jaguars Radio. That's the way it ended. Green Bay 30, Jacksonville 27. We got about 8 minutes to go. We got 2 more phone calls. I am a man of my word. The last 2 calls of the night will be Bob and Corey. Let's go to Welburn. Let's get Bob in here on the fifth quarter with Dave Campo, Leon Searcy, and the hacker Ryan Green. Bob, how you doing?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. What's on your mind, buddy?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Big Sirs, really enjoyed you playing for the Jaguars. I mean, you're the best.
Appreciate
can you put some weight back on and suit up a little bit and see if you can help us out?
Trying to take some weight off. I'm talking about putting weight on.
No, anyhow, I go back to Big Searcy's comment. 12 seasons and only 3 have been winning seasons. 25%. That's an F in my book. And you know what made me mad today? I went down early. I was there at the stadium at 10 o'clock to help my son. He's shooting videos and doing stuff like that for a company. And what made me mad is the amount of Packer fans compared to Jaguar fans rolling in the stadium. I mean, this team has now, when you lose and lose and lose, people don't show up, but the opposition does, okay? That makes me mad because I go way back to Tommy Hazouri. When I lived in Mandarin, I would be jogging in Mandarin in my neighborhood, and Tommy Hazouri would come through the neighborhood to go to work, and he'd tell his limousine driver to slow down, and he'd roll down the window, and he'd talk to me about maybe getting the Houston Texans here. So I go way, way, way back. And you know what? This is really disappointing.
Bob, appreciate the phone call. And to be fair, Green Bay does that in a lot of stadiums. All right, Nashville, you name it. I mean, Green Bay's infiltrated Pittsburgh, and there have been a ton of cheeseheads in Pittsburgh. I mean, that's what Green Bay does. But admittedly, when the Jaguars are awful and Green Bay's good, you're going to have situations like that. I actually commend the Jaguar fans. They made a nice impact on the game today, despite all the Packer fans being in the stadium.
Well, I was just going to say that really, you got to give the Jaguar fans credit that we get as many people as we do with what you all have talked about, the numbers of wins and losses in the last since 2012.
Yeah, 62 wins, 141 losses.
I mean, usually when that happens, you start getting 30,000 people in a 60,000 seat stadium, but not this group. And that's why you always say I feel bad for the fans, and obviously, it's not a good feeling.
Let me do my Wolfson math here. This is year 13 that Shad's owned the team. Obviously, we're 12 and a half years in. They're averaging 5 wins a year. Mm-hmm. 5 wins a year in a dozen years. That's what they're basically averaging. That's putrid. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah, it is putrid, but how can you justify the elevated ticket?
Well, that's the price.
I'm just saying. If I'm a fan, if you're going to charge me more, then the product's got to be better. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
It's capitalism.
Yeah, and then the new stadium has been approved.
Yeah.
So
which is a godsend for
absolutely.
Most people.
I totally agree. But I'm saying, give me a better product.
Yeah.
Don't send me to the circus when I'm supposed to be going to the play.
Well, I think the frustrating thing, and we got to get to this last call real quick because I want some closing thoughts from you guys. Look, NFL teams can have a bad year. NFL teams can have 2 bad years. Heck, I'd say NFL teams can have 3 bad years. When you're going on a dozen bad years, or at least 9 out of a dozen bad years, that sucks. Yeah. And I don't blame the fans for being ticked about it. Final call of the night. Corey, Jacksonville Beach. You're in under the wire. You got about 60 seconds. Corey, what's on your mind?
Hey, man. I think Leon said it best. We have no spark. And, like you said, year after year, we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot every time. Like, we get a flash of brilliance, and then, it kind of fizzles out. But, man, it's tough to be a fan of this team. But, hey, I'm here still, so.
Corey, appreciate it. Being a fan of the Jaguars builds character. There's no question about that. It builds character. All right, we got about 2.5 minutes to go. Let's start getting in some closing thoughts and just a perspective. Coach, 2-6, a loss to Green Bay today. All the injuries, going to Philadelphia next week. I mean, it's bad right now.
Yeah, I think this is a tough. When you look at this game, there's been some games where we've played worse than we did today. Believe me. And so, from the positive standpoint, we played in different circumstances. Other than about 1 or 2 plays, we win that game. So I think you have to take that and say, hey, look, you got 2 more games. You lose 2 more games, you're probably done. So that's a big chore.
Well,
but at the same time, you still got to lose 2 more.
Talk to me in 14 days.
Yeah, well, we're still in it until those 2 games are played and we lose them.
Yeah, well, we'll see. And those 2 games, by the way, are at Philly and home against Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like we were talking to Gibby earlier. Do you know what Detroit is going to do to this defense?
Oh,
obliterated.
Horrible things.
Do you know what Jalen Hurts is going to do to this defense?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have we prepared ourselves accordingly for what Justin Jefferson is going to do to this defense? Yeah. It's going to be Leon. It's going to be bad.
It's going to be it's going to be bad. It's going to be a beatdown. It's going to be a bludgeon. You ever seen Vikings?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Well, give us some positivity. You're one of the most positive guys I know.
I'm gone.
We need something from you.
Man, I listen, did this team play better? Yeah, they played better. I mean, did they give themselves an opportunity to win? Absolutely. But the end result is the end result. We lost. And until we stop making the bonehead mistakes that we make that cost us games, start slow the way we start, It cost us games. We're going to be sitting here next week at the same time saying the same thing about the same Jaguars that we've seen for the last 7 to 8 weeks.
Let's give it up to Island Girl Cigar Bar one more time.
Absolutely. Give it up to Island Girl Cigar Bar in Gate Parkway. The owner, Sam, always sets it up nice for us. This is our watering hole. We will be smoking the Big Sirs and the Little Spurs in about couple of minutes.
Oh, I'm lighting this thing in 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
The countdown is on. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
That is Leon Searcy. Leon, we'll hear you tomorrow on XL Primetime, and you'll have join me later this week on Hacker After Dark.
Absolutely.
The head coach, Dave Campo, safe travels.
Yeah, thank you. Going back to my college and to homecoming. Looking forward to it.
Oh, that'll be great. We'll have the head coach back with us on the fifth quarter. Andrew Gibson was your on-site producer. R.J. Saunders was your producer back at 1010XL World Headquarters. Thank you to Island Girl Cigar Bar, Gate Parkway, the Window World of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter. We've been presented by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings. Jeff Prosser will be in studio at 6 a.m. Oh, my goodness. And we will kick off 16 hours of local programming right here on a Monday on your home of the Jaguars, 1010XL and 92.5 FM. That includes myself. I'll join you for the Hacker After Dark program tomorrow night beginning at 8 o'clock. Until then, have a great night, Jacksonville.